tropical regions are among the hottest and most humid places on Earth, but also the coldest and driest. Yep, you heard right. While temperatures on the surface can range from 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit all year round, they can dramatically drop as you go up in altitude. In fact, as you get closer to the stratosphere, they can be as low as minus 110 degrees Fahrenheit. This extremely cold region between the troposphere and the stratosphere is called the tropical tropopause layer.
In the tropics, it's very warm and moist down here at the surface. When you get up to the tropopause layer, it's very cold and dry.
So it turns out that the tropopause is actually coldest in the western Pacific.
Right above Guam is an ideal place because it is the coldest and the driest part of the tropics.
Everything is ready for the second phase of the field experiment. We are 13 degrees north of the equator in the Pacific, our new home away from home for the next several weeks. We are in Guam.
So the tropics are the part of the planet that gets the warmest from the heating from the sun because it gets the most sunlight on average.
Because the surface is so warm and there's so much water, you evaporate water, liquid water becomes a vapor, so you have this very hot, moist air down here at the surface. So this is air that's got a lot of energy. And just like a boiling pot of water, it can rise very high.
And it tends to pull other gases that come from the surface up with it. So this is the part of the world where most of the circulation getting up from the surface up into the upper part of the troposphere and into the stratosphere, this is where it occurs.
So here in the tropics, we see these thunderstorms boiling up to very, very high altitudes. And so we have a very high elevated tropopause here in the tropics.
As you get convective processes going, the air rises. As you know, if you take air and you expand it, it cools really fast.
And it turns out that, in fact, the warmest places in the world are in the tropics, but about 55,000 feet above us, about 16 kilometers, is one of the coldest places on Earth.
So what that does is, as it cools really fast, all that water vapor in the air going up, it's squeezed out. It's like wringing a towel, and all of the water starts to squeeze out. So you get cloud processes formed, it squeezes out the water. The air that comes out the top tends to be dry.
You still get some water making it up to the tropical tropopause, and there the atmospheric motions transport air into the stratosphere. So air is transported into the stratosphere with a small amount of water that's left behind.
And this is the area that tends to be the controlling mechanism for how much water gets into the upper troposphere and then onto the stratosphere.
So if you want to understand the composition of the stratosphere, how much water there is, how much ozone-destroying substances or trace gases there are, you need to go to the tropics and study the region around the troposphere and the tropics.
So this is the spot to be. So this is the area where the ocean gets the warmest,